Once upon the time there was an old woman who lived alone in the jungle. Her husband had passed away, but they did not have a child. She was weak and fulfilled her life. She had to find the firewood in the jungle. Then she sold them in the market to get her food. Although she was in poor, but she never gave up because she worked hard in old age. She was kind to others. One night, the old woman slept and she dreamed. The dream told that she was hit a moon in the afternoon. She was scared and she ran away, but the moon did not let her go. She woke up in her scary. She was worried about the meaning of her dream. She went on getting the meaning of her dream. To lose her scary, she went to jungle, some firewood, and sold them in the market. Getting the market, she rolled out her wood on the ground. The lucky was to her. All was sold out. She was happy. And then, in her way home, she met a crowd of people among a fortune teller. She was interested to know it. With her weak power, she came closer and asked about her dream last night, that she was hit a moon in the afternoon. And then the fortune teller told that she would get a baby. Hearing the explanation, she did not believe and continued to go home. In the way home, she talked the possibility of getting a baby. She was old and did not have a husband anymore, and also she did not have much money to fulfill her life. When getting home, she was shocked by two men in front of her door. She asked about the aim of their arrival. They told that they gave a baby in a pack and she could not open it. When they had not left her home, she did not because she did not have much money to take care of that baby. But they promised would give the one of her while the baby was by her. They suggested her to love the baby as her son. After two men left her home, suddenly the old woman was shocked by a baby from the pack. His body was so strange and was not like other baby. His body was like a cooking pot, maybe like this. But his face was as same as other baby. Based on the situation, the old woman called him JOKO KENDIL. JOKO KENDIL is the name for the baby. She was still silent in looking JOKO KENDIL. She thought how she did fulfill their life. In the other hand, she was so old. Year by year, JOKO KENDIL grew well and clever. It made the old woman love him like her own son. He used to help her in collecting the firewood and carried them to the market. He planted the vegetable and rice, and the harvest was so much. It made them live in enough of food as two men promised. JOKO KENDIL was a gardener too. One day, when JOKO KENDIL took a rest after gardening, he looked at a huge ship of kingdom. He saw a beautiful princess in there. It made JOKO KENDIL fell in love with her. Then he continued to go home and told his incident in the garden, her, her mother laughed and thought that she was a princess of a kingdom. Hearing the JOKO KENDIL feeling made her smile and laughed too. One day, a kingdom held a contest about who could bring local instrument music. He would be married with the princess of the kingdom. JOKO KENDIL listened to good news and continued to ask his mother permitting. His mother was so afraid because it was impossible for him to get the winner, so forbade him, but he had strong aim, so she gave permitting to him to follow it. JOKO KENDIL and her mother went to palace to follow the contest. Getting at the palace, all the people looked at JOKO KENDIL appearance. They thought that he was so strange them, but JOKO KENDIL and his mother kept calm in that situation. They passed and get to be allowed. As one of the contest the candidates, the king asked all the candidates to show the instrument music they had. Suddenly, JOKO KENDIL read magic spell. Charming instrument music came. All the candidates had been tested by the king, but there was no having good voice. Finally, JOKO KENDIL carried his instrument music and played it slowly, so it flew the beautiful and soft sound. It made all the people enjoying in hearing. The king believed that it was local instrument music, and the king chose JOKO KENDIL as the winner. Based on the announcement, the winner would be married with the princess. It made JOKO KENDIL was so happy. Her mother was so happy too, so she cried. All the people and candidates gave applause. They were still surprised of JOKO KENDIL winning. The king gave her princess to him. The wedding of JOKO KENDIL and the beautiful princess came. It was so luxurious, all the citizenry came to take a part there. All the delicious and kinds of food and drink had been prepared by palace. JOKO KENDIL and his wife sat in front of the guests. The princess hugged him so he could not breathe, and suddenly JOKO KENDIL became a handsome prince. The incident made all the people was shocked. They lived happily. The king thought that JOKO KENDIL was punished by his father because he broke the regulation of the kingdom, and JOKO KENDIL would come back and his body when he was hugged after getting married. So that's it, clear telling story about JOKO KENDIL from me. I think that's all. Thank you for attention.